Hello. Today I'm going to talk about cricket. And first of all, let me make it clear that I want to make this video in English because it's one of my dreams to become a cricket presenter or a commentator. I know it's far from reality, but I'm just trying to present my case by presenting my views in English, because I think there is scope for improvement in this sector for my country. Let me directly jump into the issue. Today I'm going to talk about two statements that were given by the ex-captain and current parliament member of Bangladesh, captain of Bangladesh cricket team, the ex-captain of Bangladesh cricket team, and current parliament member of the Bangladesh government, Mashrafe bin Murtaza. He gave two statements which are causing a lot of controversy, especially in the social media. The statements are about, first of all, his retirement, and second of all, his involvement in the player movement that happened late in the last year. First of all, let me talk about that statement he gave regarding his retirement. I can't really show you that video because I do not know if there will be a copyright claim or not by the real content creator. But in that interview he had with Mr. Noman, who is a journalist, sports journalist, Mashrafe made quite a few things clear. He first of all clarified, and he said in absolute words that he took the decision to retire at the last match of the World Cup of Bangladesh. That was against Pakistan, if I remember properly. He took the decision to retire in that match, but he was talked out of it by the board officials. They wanted to give him some sort of a farewell match in his home country, that is in Bangladesh. So their plan was that Mashrafe would come back to Bangladesh after World Cup and he would have a farewell match in Bangladesh, probably against a team like Zimbabwe. And then the team after the World Cup came back to Bangladesh and there was a talk about a series against Zimbabwe. Now what Mashrafe learned during that time, that it was a plan by BCB to award him a package of around 2 crore taka as his retirement, whatever you can call it, a prize or a facilitation, whatever. It was a plan of BCB to award him taka 2 crore during his retirement match, and Mashrafe refused straight away. He said in the video that he thought that yes, Mashrafe bin Murtaza deserves the retirement match, but he doesn't deserve to take taka 2 crore for only a single match, because there are a lot of sectors in Bangladesh, especially in cricket and in all the sectors, that are underdeveloped. So he didn't feel it was right for him to take taka 2 crore for one match. And then gradually time passed by, and at one point of time Mashrafe had a change of mind. He thought that he is not going to retire. He also realized that he may not be an essential member of the national cricket team anymore. So he took him out of the central contract and he resigned from captaincy. So in summary, the bottom line is Mashrafe had a change of mind. He thought that maybe I don't want to retire now. And he said that I'm not going to retire now. Doesn't matter if I'm 35 or 36, I'm not going to retire now. Now my view on this is that he has every right to do so. He has every right to decide if he wants to continue playing or not. You have to remember that we are talking about a champion player here. We are not talking about an average person. An average person would be happy that I have played for so many years. I have left my country for 5 years and pretty successfully. I'm now an MP. So I would just take a hefty amount and go into retirement and enjoy the rest of my life. But Mashrafe is not an average player. I'm sure that the fact that his last few months, brand as good, was playing on his mind. A champion never wants to go on a low. This is the mindset of a champion. You cannot really explain it. A champion never wants to go on a low. So if Mashrafe thinks in himself in ecstasy that I have so many, I have a few more matches left in me, I don't really blame him. He is not forcing you to select him. He is not asking for a grandstand retirement. He's just saying that I want to play more because I love cricket. I still love cricket. You cannot really take that love away from a player, and you cannot really take the mentality of trying to live on a high away from a champion. So there is absolutely nothing wrong with what Mashrafe is thinking in that retirement situation, and I don't think anyone should be blaming him. Now let's talk about the second topic, and it's far more controversial: the involvement of Mashrafe in the players' movement. Now we all know that the players laid out 11 very logical demands in front of the board during that movement, which turned into 13 demands as the days gone by. We all saw that when the players gathered in the academy field, Mashrafe wasn't there with them, and everyone was shocked, and everyone were asking questions. Now here the point comes. Mashrafe in the interview said that he wasn't informed that the players were going to arrange some sort of a gathering like that, and they were going on some sort of a strike. He was not aware of that, and he claimed that he was not informed. Though he gave a footnote that Tamim Iqbal told him that Tamim called him in WhatsApp. It was only a single call, and Mashrafe thought that because of the fact that during the same time Mashrafe and Tamim had a discussion going on about a charity match. So Mashrafe thought that the call was about the charity match, so he thought that I would call him back later. But Mashrafe's claim is that a single call isn't a symptom of desperately seeking for someone. So he pretty much presented that they did not really want him to be there, and he was fine with it. Mashrafe said that if they didn't want me in that gathering, it's fine. It's their decision. It's their movement. Though I was the captain at the time, maybe in hindsight I would say that I should have been informed, but if they choose to not inform me, it's absolutely okay with them. What is not okay is that I had to take all the trash talking when they were in that academy field. I wasn't there. People were saying that Mashrafe has become an MP, he has become egoistic, he has become, pro-government, so he is not with the cricketers, he is not supporting the cricketers. He had to take all those trash talking, and therefore had to give an explanation in his official Facebook page, where he wrote that I am 100% with the players. So he said that I felt a bit let down that these are the players with whom I have played for almost 1.5 decades. I have captained them for 5 years. Yes, they didn't think it's necessary to inform me that, or include me in that movement, but they at least could have given an explanation to the media or the people that we decided not to involve Mashrafe. If they had done so, I wouldn't have I wouldn't have taken so much blame. So this is his only grudge, that they didn't make it clear that they did not include Mashrafe. So let me first, talk from Mashrafe's point of view. I think what Mashrafe is saying is justified, because as he has been the captain of the team for such a long time, he has every right to feel let down when he is not informed of such an important decision. Then again, when I'm thinking from the player's point of view, I think they're right too, because of the fact that Mashrafe is now an MP, and they probably thought that if they had informed him, then he would have taken a path of negotiation and discussion, and they didn't really want that. They wanted direct action, and that is why Mashrafe is such a gentleman that maybe he wouldn't have encouraged them to go public and declare an all-out war against the cricket board. Probably he would have taken the path of negotiation. So they decided that we would not include him in this. You can't really blame one party and be with another in this situation. I don't really see any major blame laying against any party here. The only party that is to be blamed here is the cricket board, because the issues that were laid in front of them were the issues, those are basic issues, and those issues should have been solved long time ago. The cricketers said that they talked with the board even before that movement about those issues, but they were never solved. So the board is responsible that such a day happened, and the cricketers, well, they were victims of some sort of a mind game and planning. I would say that. So I'm not going to blame anyone in this issue, not any one of the cricketers, not any party from the cricketers. I think Mashrafe is right in his place and the other cricketers are right in their place. I would just say that these are the two issues, these are controversial, but I would just like to convey one message that, Mashrafe has become an MP and we all can see how good he is working. We all can see how good Mushfiqur Rahim is working for the community. We all can see that how good Tamim Iqbal is working. We are so proud that our cricketers are really good souls. We should be proud of them. I think we should not be hating any of them. I don't really understand these scenario of Mashrafian and then Sakibian. Sakibian hates Mashrafians, Mashrafians hate Sakibians. I don't really understand this. Why not we all become Bangladeshians and support our cricketers? And blame the people who are to be blamed. Blame the board who spend tons of money on the entertainment of the directors, and they can't really pay the domestic players. So please, we should stop wrongly criticizing our cricketers. We should stop taking side unfairly, and I think better sense should prevail. And best of luck to Bangladesh cricket team in the future. Thank you.